Welcome to First and 10 with Rams coach Joe Prud'homme. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. Rams decked SAGU. They staved off the Lions 38-33 Saturday down in Waxahachie. Rams had a 38-14 lead heading into the fourth quarter. Then came 19 unanswered points. Coach, how nervous were you in that fourth quarter?
I got a little nervous. I mean, I was definitely a little nervous. We knew they had some explosive kids. But, you know, we had 3 misalignments on defense, and they hit it, I mean, just right. It was one of those 3 perfect storms in a row that they made. They had the right call. We made the wrong call, and, man, they executed the play. But, you know, once the play got out there a little bit and they started coming back, it got a little bit tense, but I had a lot of confidence in our guys. And probably the best part of the whole thing was nobody panicked. And when the defense was struggling a little bit there with those plays, the offensive guys just kept encouraging them, hey, no problem, we got this, man. Hey, we'll go put one on the board. Hey, we're going to take more time off the clock. Y'all keep doing your thing, we'll do our thing. So that was a real strong sign for me.
What does defensive coordinator Paul Duckworth tell the club when the opposing team starts a big comeback like that?
Well, he just tells them, do your job. I mean, you've got to continue to do what you're supposed to do. And frankly, our kids, I don't want to say got a little bored, but we had them doing the same thing over and over again, and it was successful over and over again. So they felt like they had to do something different when we were okay with 2 and 3 yards, 4 yards on those runs because they were running the ball in the fourth quarter. And with them running the ball and the clock running down, we were going to be okay with that. We got impatient, and you know there were some calls made on the field as far as changing things. And once that happened, it opened the door. It opened the door, and they took advantage of it.
How much did 14 penalties for 127 yards against them? How much did that help you guys?
A lot. I mean, that gave us 9 first downs. We had too many penalties too. I went back and counted, and I really wasn't pleased with the way we had our penalties. But the game it got chippy at times, but it was the penalties were definitely a decisive factor in that game.
And going back to the defense, you had a fumble recovery by Davonn Granger.
Yes.
That kind of just started things out on the right foot.
Well, we talked about coming out of the locker room, our whole conversation was, let's get a fast start. Let's get a fast start. Let's get out in front. The one thing I forgot to tell them was, hey, let's finish. Because, we didn't finish the way I wanted, but we sure did get out to a fast start, and I was real happy with the start that we had.
Dalton Dale, 11 out of 26 for 154 yards, a TD, an interception. What does that say about Dale? Kind of an off day, but what does that say about him making the throws that he needed to throw?
Dale has, I think he's probably one of the best, 1 or 2 quarterbacks now in the conference. He's grown to that point. He takes care of the football. He had the one errant throw the other day. He was trying to make a play. It had been similar to a bad punt. It was on 3rd and long, and where he put the ball, they got the pick. And it was about a net of 30-something yards. So you could call it a punt. I don't want him to get in that habit. I don't like that at all. But, he takes care of the football for the most part. He made some great plays with his legs. And he threw effectively enough to put us where we needed to be.
173 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. Clint Epperson had the majority of that. He had a couple of TDs and 1 reception for a TD as well. But Ty Williams and Nick David West chipped in. And then you have Caesar in the backfield. So I know we've talked about this before, but how good is it to have that many running backs that you can that are all really good, especially with that offensive line?
Oh, it's great. It's great to have. I mean, we talk about keeping a fresh back in, whoever gets a hot hand. We probably should have played Ty a little bit more down the stretch because he was on a roll. He was starting to really see it and feel it. And Clint was outstanding. I mean, his runs, the way he feels it, the way he breaks tackles, the way he has that acceleration. He's the whole package. I mean, he's a great receiver out of the backfield, but he's a very physical, fast runner with great vision. And then you got Nick David West, who's almost a younger version of Clint. Ty is a very explosive back, can really see it and can get up in it. He made some hard yards the other day. Hits after contact and yards after contact were really impressive. And Ernest is your scat back, your classic see-you-later back. So we got all 4, and we're really, really pleased and blessed to have those 4 behind that offensive line.
And going to special teams, Daniel Trejo, you had been alternating him with Francisco Castillo, and Daniel had 8 points on the 5 PATs and a field goal. and some good kickoff returns. So is he 100% healthy now?
Yeah, Trejo's definitely healthy. Francisco is as well. Blazer, all of our specialists are healthy. And, you know, Trejo has such a strong leg. I mean, he can boom it. He can get the distance. Sometimes his accuracy isn't quite as good as Francisco's on field goals and PATs, but he was really in a groove the other day. And with the wind, you know, we just wanted to give him the opportunity because he can cut a hole in the wind pretty well. So that's why we went with him.
Before we talk about the 5-0 Langston Lions, before you have to head up to Oklahoma, what's your assessment of the club at the halfway point? Now you're 4-1, first time the Rams have won 4 games since the rebirth in 2017.
Yeah.
But how would you assess the club at the halfway point?
I would say we've grown up a lot. I think, you know, looking at us the way we are now, we're evolving every week. I mean, we're changing every week some way. We're growing up in different areas in some way. Sometimes it's the secondary, sometimes it's the receiving core, sometimes it's the O-line. But it's all starting to come together for us. And think about it, you know, we had a complete overhaul on offensive staff and offensive scheme. And to do what we've done in 5 games, to me, is really impressive. The chemistry between the defense and the offense is great. The chemistry between the coaching staff is outstanding. You know, I just think we're going to continue to get better. You know, I really wish we would have had Ottawa late in the year after we'd grown up some more. But, you know, can't worry about that. That's one that they came and took the game, and it was a more mature ball club. But, you know, I like where we are. I like where we are. There's no panic on Saturday. There was frustration on not finishing. And I can live with that. I like that. I like the fact that they didn't feel great about the win, even though they did win. They felt like they let it get away a little bit. And the teams I've had in the past would have just been happy to have the win. So I like where we are. Special teams are outstanding. We have a great return game. Coach McLean's doing a great job as a coordinator there. Our kickoff and punts, you know, we're becoming a complete ball club.
All 3 phases, it's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of those 5-0 Langston Lions, you trip up there to Langston this weekend, second road trip. 19 points they've allowed in 5 games on defense. Size up that tough defense.
It's a great defense. They've got a real physical line up front. The linebackers are aggressive, experienced. Secondary is great in coverage. We're going to have to be opportunistic. We're going to have to create some opportunities, and we're going to have to cash in on them. But, you know, I like our chances if we go up and play the way we've been playing, and we don't turn the ball over, and, you know, we don't give up big plays, and we, you know, go ahead and we'll make some big plays of our own, we hope. And I think special teams will continue to set the field. And the thing when you play a great defense like this, it becomes a field position type game. And we're built for that. You know, we're built for that. We're built for the weather in case there's weather. We're built for sunny skies. It doesn't matter to us. We can go to different things. Not saying that they can't, but they've got such a strong defense that, you know, that sets the table for them. So it's really kind of up to us to take care of the football, set a good tone, stay balanced, don't give up big plays. And then I think we got a real good shot.
How's their quarterback, Raquan Washington, and what weapons does he have on offense?
Good. I mean, he can throw it all over the place. You know, the guys they have are all, you know, athletic. They're speedsters. We're going to have to be very disciplined. We're not going to be able to, you know, if our eye discipline is poor, we're going to be in trouble. There's no question about it. We played some good quarterbacks, played some really good offenses. We feel like Langston also is a really good offense. Their offensive line is stout, big, physical. They move well. You know, we got our work cut out for us. But I like the schedule that we've played to get ready for this. You know, we've played Ottawa, we've played Arizona Christian, we've played SAGU, you know, Wayland and OPSU, and the only common opponents that we have with Langston is OPSU and Wayland. So we feel like we're battle tested. We're playing them on homecoming, so that's tough. They're a really hard team to play at homecoming because, man, they get sky high for it, and they have one of the most outstanding homecoming atmospheres that I've ever seen.
Now, you didn't play them last year, the Lions last year, because of COVID, but you're 0-3 from 17, 18, and 19. Now, do you just dismiss that because, except for a handful of veterans that might have played in the 19 game, do you dismiss that you're 0-3 and just say, hey, we're a different team, they're good, but let's throw out the 0-3 from the past.
Yeah, I mean, I would even throw out almost anything that happened this year. You know, you go back to game 1 or 2, we're a totally different ball club. We're changing and evolving every week. I mean, there's different people that are emerging, different groups that are showing they can do different things. But no, they own us right now. I mean, they 3-0 against us. We're 0-3. It's up to us to go, and we're going to have to take it from them. They're not going to give it to us. So we're going to have to really play well. And yes, I do kind of dismiss the years past because this team didn't play them. You know, this team didn't play those teams. That team they're playing now didn't play the teams that we're playing. So it's to me, it's two ball clubs, great history on their side. We just got to go play because for me, this year is different than any other year in Texas Wesleyan football.
Yeah, it is, definitely. And you had, I think, just one, or is there 2 non-conference games?
Just hadn't had one yet.
Right, exactly. And that comes later at
That comes
Central
later.
Arkansas, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir. Mm-hmm.
Do you like that, having the non-conference games the end of the season rather than starting like you did this year with bang, bang, bang SAC schools?
You know, I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll let you know on that. That's kind of a wait-and-see deal. We did the November game at the end of the schedule, non-conference, simply because it fit better for us. Otherwise, we'd have had road trips. We'd have had 3-in-a-row road trips of OPSU, Arizona, Arkansas, and then, you know, I just didn't want to go that route. To me, that's a lot of road games. That's a lot of mileage on your team early. We've done it in the past. It hurts your team, I think, to travel that much. So by going towards the end of the schedule, we got a couple home games, then we go to Arkansas, then we go to Arkansas again to finish. That's more palatable than, you know. But if it were up to me, I'd play the non-conference at the beginning, if we could, if it worked out. But this is the way the schedule worked out. They were looking for the opponent. It worked out for us, so, you know, we took it.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. We're going to need it.
Yes.
We're going to be in a hostile atmosphere of a really good football team. So.
They are, definitely, and we won't be doing the game, we being Brendan Snow, Jeremy Knorr, and myself, but you can catch the results, and I don't know if they have play-by-play, but they at least have the stats on ramsports.net on Saturday from Langston. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff. The Rams against the 5-0 Langston Lions. It'll be a good one, so check it out. And we'll talk to you later on 1st and 10 for Coach Joe Prud'homme. Jimmy the St. Christopher saying so long also for Kenneth Flowers, Ricky Dotson, and Ryan Keating, the SID, and his staff. Jimmy the Saint saying, talk to you later.